In this video, you are gonna see how to play Hawkeye. Enemies that are just moving with their WASD is actually quite easy to track. However, heroes that are gonna be using their abilities, like let's say for example this Wolverine, he's actually gonna dash. It's a little bit harder to anticipate, but it's quite easy to read the distance after a while. Enemies who spam the jump button is actually much easier to track, as their movement is more linear. And of course, enemy that just simply walking in a straight line is as easy as well. Now usually when people are low on health, they try to move towards a health pack. So in this case, I know the health pack was on the right, and I guess that the Hela might want to get a health pack, which is why I tried to aim more towards the right. And for this Loki, he was really just moving up and down the stairs, so I just somewhat got a lucky shot, I guess. As mentioned earlier, shooting a jumping target is much easier as the movement is linear. And for this Hawkeye jump, his jump is actually slower and bigger, so it's much easier to track as well. The next clip is me trying to track and hit the Iron Man while he is flying. Yes, although I did miss a lot of shots, but it does show that flying targets are actually much easier to track. And in fact, for flying target, it's better to track the feet as they tend to move down instead of up whenever they try to avoid your shots. For smaller heroes like Rocket and Jeff, their hitbox is smaller, but every time you land a shot, high chance is gonna be a headshot. As you can see, the Rocket was descending slowly before he decided to freefall to escape. This kind of movement is quite hard to predict, but it's okay. After that, this Rocket is jumping up and down, which like I said, is very easy to track. Wanda is one of the easiest targets to hit when she's ulting, as her movement is slow and controlled and very predictable. After her buff, you can't really one-shot her anymore, and knowing that her ult takes time before it explodes, take your time to aim. Usually, you need about 2 shots before you can kill her. This Wanda was predictably moving down as she wanted to be close to my teammate to maximize her ult value. And in this one, I know that the Wanda may want to chase me down as I was low health or an easy target, so I predict for her to be at the exact spot. The best time to hit fast heroes like Black Panther and Spider-Man where their movement is crazy fast is at the end of their ability where they somewhat stop for a while. There will always be moments in their ability where they are somewhat frozen on the spot or in a very linear position, which is very easy to track. You can see that the Spider-Man was trying to see if he land a shot on me before he does his combo. His moment of hesitation allowed me to land a shot on him. There was a moment this Black Panther had to stop for a while because of his ultimate animation. This was when I took the chance. Sometimes when you can't pinpoint a target to shoot, just shoot in a general space that have a lot of red health bar or red outlines. More often than not, you will actually land 1 or 2 lucky shots. This Iron Fist was gonna target me, and knowing that the Su ulted behind, I decided to use the slash to knock back myself into the safe zone. I knew that the Su was going to retreat to the right, and luckily, this house had a broken window and I decided to just sonic boom through it and try my luck. Making space by breaking breakable surface is quite useful for Hawkeye. It is essentially like giving a hunter a plain open field for him to do his hunting. Breaking surfaces to limit your enemy to one path to the objective is very good as it keeps your area of target smaller and consistent. With this positioning, I wanted to create a bigger hole on the wall so that I could see the enemy coming earlier on. It was quite beneficial as I could charge up my bow with the Namor.
It's too easy when you never miss.
It's now or never! Stop them! Us against the world! 10 seconds!
To me, Hawkeye Ultimate is not for big plays, but rather to deny enemies. I knew that the Black Panther was gonna dive, so I decided to ult early to get rid of him. And with the rest of my ult, I just tried to protect my teammate or prevent further push from the enemy. In this scenario, I ulted to prevent the enemy from committing their full dive. Well, although it didn't really seem like it worked, but I managed to get the Bucky to target me instead, which caused him to lose focus on my other teammates. Or maybe he just ulted and thought I was an easy target, but it works. Now this ult wasn't the best in this scenario, but I followed my gut feeling as I thought the enemy was gonna push forward, so I decided to ult. But I guess it wasn't really needed, as I guess my friendlies or my teammates just managed to wipe the rest out. Once in a while, I like to use ult to clean up fight. As I thought I was quite far away from this messy fight, I took the chance to use my ultimate and kill off the enemy one by one at my own pace.
You look like you could use a hand.
Your ult is also really good for killing off enemies that are out of position, overextended, or just in a wrong place at a wrong time. Like you can see this Black Panther later on. I don't know why he decided to try and kill me, and to be honest, I also don't know why I ulted here. I guess I just wanted to show you this clip and talk. Explosive arrows are really good for breaking surfaces to make space or just deal damage in a larger area. Honestly, I haven't really found a good proper usage to use it, but I guess these are just some examples where I managed to force the Captain America to ult in order to keep himself alive. Just like real life, being a hunter and a sniper requires patience. However, in this scene, I was quite eager and panicky to kill the Bucky as fast as I wanted to, which caused my hands to be very tense, causing me to miss a lot of the shots. For this case, I was also quite scared of Squirrel Girl, which led me to be very panicky. But after she left the room, I managed to calm myself down and use patience to kill the Hawkeye.
Another one for the good guys.
Double KO.
Being patient doesn't always mean that you have to wait for your enemy to pop out, then you can shoot them. Sometimes you can wait a little longer to make them stay still or have a more predictable movement.
Extra protection.
Team fights can be messy, causing it to be unpredictable. For this case, I just waited until I could read an enemy movement and just track him from there.
I'm doing this my way.
Help get that vehicle to its destination. Disappear!
You're too loud.
Iron Fist players tend to move in a linear direction when they ult and is flying towards you, so just be patient. I knew I was safe here as the thing dived into my team and, I wasn't gonna die, so don't panic. Sometimes being patient is not about getting the perfect shot, but also being patient not to dive into the team fight. As you can see, I was quite far away from all the action and just took my time to pick out anyone that was, out of place or easy to target.
You look like you could use a hand. Hack and slash.
And most importantly, in a time of crisis, you just stay calm. Except I didn't win this fight, but it was quite cool actually, so here you go.
Making the cut. that boost.
Center stage. The battle starts in 5, 4, 3.
So I decided to review this match as I thought it showcased a lot of the skills that I tried to show you guys earlier on. So you can see that I tried to scan for breakable surfaces to open up my area of target, and yep, for this magic, her movement was linear and predictable after each ability, so I just waited for the right moment to land a shot. Usually for large hitbox character like the Thing, nothing to worry too much about, just take your time and take aim.
I'll never be safe in Central Park again.
You can see that the Bucky was quite jumpy, I guess, so it was easy for me to track and aim. Now I like to look through at tight small spaces like this door for example, because it really limits your area of target. The smaller it is, the better for you actually.
Almost there. Don't turn back now.
And then over here, shooting in general, and you may land 1 or 2 lucky headshot.
Never miss. Needed that boost. Sonic.
Anyone willing to
Human Torch is the flying target, generally quite easy, but Human Torch do tend to have a smaller and more unpredictable hitbox, which is why I still struggle a lot. So right now I'm going for the flank, and I wanted to hit off some enemies that were on the ground, and they were jumping around a lot, which was quite easy for me to aim. Now watch as I miss all my shots. I somewhat guessed that the Thing was gonna out, and luckily my Su outed, so instead of jumping backwards to avoid the out, I jumped into the out with the bubble or the force field, because I know that I'm not gonna die from there, and you know, understanding space I guess, except now I think I really die.
You get a web!
So over here, I'm going for the flank again in hope to out. Like I said, not to make big plays, but to deny enemy or create space. Because I saw that the payload had 3 enemy contesting, so I thought, you know, I could get 3 enemy off easily since this was an open area. And for the first time, I could finally hit Human Torch. And I got a feeling the Thing hates me, so... But just be patient. To be honest, I don't think I was gonna die here, and my Cloak and Dagger was really useful in helping me out over here. So, God bless healers, ladies and gentlemen. Bless them. So yeah, you can really see a lot of people are jumping left and right, and movement was quite easy to read. But it was quite chaotic, which is, I guess, the reason of my death. Or maybe because I just suck and I'm hard stuck bronze 3. Who knows?
Hey, you look like you
halfway
could
there.
use a hand.
Keep going. We push all the way to the
You're too loud.
Do your worst.
Us against the world. A little help,
Watch
please.
me some!
Almost there. Don't turn back now.
If I get hit, it's gonna hurt.
Nowhere to hide.
So that you can actually see the Luna Snow as she jumped, I tried to read her linear movement, and I managed to land a shot, so that was also, to be honest, quite lucky, but hey, a kill is a kill and I'll take it, especially with this Bucky. Yeah.
stronger. Hurry!
Am I invisible?
So what happened here is I out, quite obvious, but I have to admit, I won't say this was a really good out. I also don't know why I outed here. I've been trying to ask my past self. I still can't get the answer, but you know, once in a while you make plays that are questionable or you know, not efficient, and you know, that's part of life. So yeah, to be honest, I don't know why I outed, but you know, it happens.
I am ready to put on a show.
Nowhere to hide. Was that my arrow?
I unleash.
Happy picture? Needed that boost. Sonic boom!
Hold still. I'm trying to help.
Not worth wasting magic on you.
The vehicle reached a checkpoint. Keep up the momentum.
Heads up, back guys.
You get a weapon! You get a weapon! You get a weapon!
Nowhere to hide.
Spider domain is not.
Another one for the good guys.
My life force is exposed.
So yeah, once again, just tracking enemy in general. The Bucky jump, linear movement, easy to track. Then you can see the cloak and dagger was actually quite unpredictable, so I had a bit of trouble and just some unlucky moments. Except for that squirrel girl, that was actually quite insane. So I outed in hope to clear off the back line, but Human Torch kind of forced me away from my positioning. And I jumped back, but you know, like I say, life is unfortunate sometimes. Yeah, I mean, I really hate to play against Magneto players as a Hawkeye, to be honest.
I got some unfinished business. Nowhere to hide.
Get that vehicle moving again.
Just what the doctor ordered.
Do your worst.
Punch in the hole. Is Yggdrasil looking a little wilted? Step on it.
Now, just because my Sue outed doesn't mean I have to be inside the force field. So, being patient, you know, don't rush into the team fight unless a bunch of squirrels is chasing you and you have to.
I unleash.
Nowhere to hide.
Armed and sacred. Again.
Looking sharp.
Again. Again. Again.
Double KO.
I think I twisted my shoulder.
Now, Hawkeye is not really a guy that can escape from crisis quite easily. And knowing that this portal was at enemy backline, I didn't really want to be involved in the team fight. Maybe I could have made more plays, but luckily I didn't. As you can see, the Human Torch outed and I would have definitely been burned to crisps in that area. Now I know that Human Torch like to fly around the walls behind, so I decided to break the wall in hope to get him out of his little hidey area. Except he got me first.
Strong together. I like the cold. Get that vehicle moving again. 5.
It's me again.
Amazing. Down to 30 seconds.
Now I know the Human Torch like to hide behind that tree branch, so I decided to break it. So that's really the use of the blast arrow. Anyway, this match was a losing one and I lost the motivation to just record till the end. I apologize for that, but I really think this match was really good in showing all the skill sets
I'm ready to put on a show.
that I've used with Hawkeye, and I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. Thanks!